Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this quick update video, and as promised yesterday in my demonstration of the Swan palette, I played with this again today and I wore it to work, and here's the look that I created. So pretty, right? My thoughts have changed on this now that I have played with this again, and I used different brushes and I went in with a very light application compared to yesterday. My mistake with using this palette yesterday for these blushes, well, with Mauve Fusion, is I used a really, it's not dense, but it's denser than the brush that I used today. And this is made from goat hair, so it's going to pick up that color really fast and easy. And the mistake I made yesterday was applying this directly to my skin without tapping it on my hand first. Yes, I know I should have done that, but I was just going straight in because it is a first impression. And what I noticed by tapping it on my hand first also did is it took down a lot of that luminosity that I was experiencing from this blush yesterday when I applied it. These two are very luminous, Luminous Coral and Sunset Peach. Very luminous, and I will have to play with these by tapping them on my hand first before I apply them to my cheeks. If you like that really luminous glass skin look, then you won't have to do that. You can just go straight in and apply it to your skin. But I will say that this Luminous Coral blush is intense, just like this Mauve Fusion. So if you don't want, a lot of color payoff on at first and you want to build it up, make sure you tap your brush on your hand before you apply it to your face, if that makes sense. Now, for my thoughts of this palette, I do love it now that I played with it again. I'm loving this Mauve Fusion blush. I think it's really pretty. And I think this is going to be really pretty in the winter time. The one product in here that I'm not so sure about, but it looks really pretty on my eyes, is this highlighter. This highlighter is intense. So same thing with this is you want to make sure that you apply it to your hand first before you apply it to your face, because if you don't, it's going to go on very intense and it's going to be hard to blend out that intensity. I mean, you can dull it down, but you're still going to see it. This highlighter is really intense compared to the one in the Deer palette. Now, one thing that I noticed about this palette compared to my other palettes, and even the Deer palette, which I will give you feedback on that maybe tomorrow, because I'm going to wear this one tomorrow, is that Hourglass powders are a hard bake. So they have this hard shell over them at first to where you normally have to dig into them a little bit or keep brushing into them to get the color to come off until you break through that little hard layer. And then once you break into that hard layer, they become soft and easier to apply. This one is soft right off the bat, and that's another thing with my application with this yesterday and why everything was so glowy, because an hour after wearing this palette yesterday, I was so dewy. I could see every pore in my face because of this dim light finishing powder. It's soft already. All these powders are soft already. There is no, hard layer over them that you have to work through first. So just keep that in mind. Go in with a light hand if you have this palette. Maybe it is just my palette that is a soft bake, but I can't imagine it's just my palette because, they make these in big quantities. So take that into consideration. So this morning when I went in with dim light, I went in with a lighter application and I like it so much better and I don't look overly luminous or glowy. So definitely this one, I do love it now. Now that I've played with it for the second time, I love it more. Now I do have to play with these two blushes a little bit more and I will use the same technique. These two blushes are really luminous, so take that into consideration. And I would just be very careful, especially with this what is it? Luminous Coral. So Luminous Coral and Sunset Peach. Sunset Peach has a lot of luminosity to it, and so does Luminous Coral, hence the name. And with this one, I would say the pigmentation is going to be strong right off the bat, just like Mauve Fusion. So you want to apply this to your brush, then dab it on your hand, and then apply it to your cheek. I'll show you with Mauve Fusion. I'm just going to dab it and then dab it on my hand and then apply it to my cheek here. Now, the highlighter is pretty intense. I do have it on my eyes, so I use this palette on my eyes too, and I really like how the eye look came out today, just like yesterday. So I went in with the bronzer in my crease, and then I went in with the Golden Hour highlighter on my mobile lid, and then Mauve Fusion blush sort of on the top part of my mobile lid into my crease. And here is the eye color. So pretty, and I've had this on all day too, by the way, for 9 hours. And the thing too that made the difference for me is yesterday I was wearing the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation. And that foundation, it's not a matte foundation, it's a skin finish. And so it can make your skin look really glowy, but not in a bad way, in a good way, like healthy skin glow. So with these powders in this palette, it was just like too much with my application, and I didn't really like it, but I will play around with this palette again with the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation. Today I used the Skin Tint. So the Skin Tint, this isn't a natural skin finish that gives you that healthy skin glow where it looks like your skin like better. This has a little bit, it's thicker than the Future Skin Gel Foundation, but it's sort of got like a soft matte finish. So there is a little bit of radiance in here, but it's not full on luminous. So, and I really like it better with this. So for me, I think this palette works best with like a soft matte foundation or a natural skin finish that isn't too like radiant or luminous. Unless you like that glass skin look to your skin, then I would recommend using this with a soft matte foundation or something that's, you know, not sort of like, that's already going to be super glowy and moisturizing and hydrating like the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundations are, because it will enhance the luminous properties in these powders with this palette, since they are a softer formula compared to the other palettes. So that's my thoughts. So I do love this now. I love it. I think it's beautiful. You know, when I opened this palette, I just really thought the color story was so beautiful. And then when I applied it yesterday, I was disappointed because of how luminous it was and how pigmented the colors were. But so I do love it now. Now tomorrow I will play with the Deer palette and I will report back to you guys. And then I still have the Horse palette coming. And what I'm thinking is with these palettes this year, so for the Deer palette, to me, this is a really pale palette, and it's definitely formulated for fair to light skin. And then the Swan palette is definitely formulated for those with a true medium skin tone, and I would say medium to tan with how pigmented the powders are. But dim light, I think, works on light skin as well. I've seen a few use it here out in the space. And the bronzer would too, but I would say you'd have to be very, very careful with these blushes. You'd have to apply them with very gingerly to your skin. And then the Horse palette looks like it's in between these two palettes, in my opinion, but I will have more thoughts on that when that palette arrives and I play with it. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to come on and film a quick check-in with the Deer palette to let you know my thoughts on that. And then what I'll do, if not, then I will try to do that. And then at the end of the week, I'll give you my final thoughts on all three palettes. So Calecim did send me the little ampule of the special promotion that's going on for the whole month of September. And here it is. Now, I can't tell if it's glass or plastic. And do you open it at the bottom? No. So this is what it is. So with your order with Calecim this whole month, there is no minimum. They're giving you a free 1.5 ml ampule of the Professional Serum. And this does feel like it's plastic to me, not glass. Yeah, I think it's plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. So with this, how you would use it is you'd want to like make sure you get as much out of the top as possible, and then take this in a towel and break it apart, and then you want to use it. So I would say this is probably good for a couple of applications. So if you have an empty Calecim bottle hanging out and you get this, you can pop it in there. Or what you can also do is wrap it with saran wrap and make sure like put a rubber band really tight around here, and then store it standing up if you want to be able to use this longer, or use the whole vial in one application, but it seems like it would be way too much. So this is a good way for you to try the pink serum, you know, for a couple of treatments if you'd like. The thing is that you have to keep this airtight, because once you expose it to air too much, it will start to change to like an orange color. When it changes that orange color, that means that it's not good anymore. It's oxidized basically. So keep this covered tight if you get this and you want to use it for more than one application. And it will last you probably, you know, either 2 full uses for a treatment, or if you're using like 1 or 2 drops with your matte cream, it can last you, you know, maybe for a week or 2. I will have to try this out and let you guys know, but I wanted to pop this on here to show you guys that this is what the ampule looks like. So it was so sweet of them to send that to me. To show for you guys, and they did send me another one of the Professional pink serums as well. They're so Calecim, I just love them. They're just like really cool and really generous. One of the most wonderful companies that I've worked with thus far, with brands that I represent. Now, my Skin Beautiful RX Labor Day order came in. I got another Silk Sheer 2.0 sunscreen. I got another Circadia Counter AGE serum. And then I ordered a new product because I was watching Leah's video that she put out with her favorite lip treatments. So morning and night, she uses the Atour Definitive lip treatment, just like I do. And then during the day, she's been using the Lines lip serum to continue to plump and hydrate the lips. So this says plumps and hydrates. So what it does for everyone from the filler curious to the filler faithful, this high shine formula hydrates and plumps to give you a perfect pout. So before they had this in clear, and then they came out with 2 pink shades, a berry and a cherry. And I have cherry, so I thought we would try it. So here's what the applicator looks like. And then you press this to dispense the product, and that's cherry. It's a very light pink. It's actually the same color pink as the Calecim Professional Serum. So let's put this on. So it's a thin formula. And it has like a sort of, seems like a citrus mint flavor to it. So this could be my treatment that I put in my purse to use all day to help plump my lips further. So this one is minty, but it's not strong. And it's not uncomfortable. It doesn't have any uncomfortableness like traditional lip fillers have. I like the color. It's like my lips, but better. Very natural. It hugs the lips nicely. It's very slippery, not thick. Feels good. All right, so I'll test this out and report back to you guys. So this, I believe, is $45. So we'll test it out and see how well it works. And again, it comes in 3 colors. Cherry, which is the one that I have, and I just applied, berry, and clear. So there we go. All right. So that is it for this video. I just wanted to come on and give you an in-depth second opinion of the Swan palette from the holiday release from Hourglass. So Sephora is getting these. I believe that they'll all be available on September 19th. And the Sephora sale starts for Rouge members on October 31st. So I'm not sure if these will be available for the Sephora Rouge or VIP sale, sorry, holiday sale, spacing out, another long day. But, you know, it's easier to return these at Sephora if you don't like them, because I believe at Hourglass, once you use it, you can't return it. They'll only return it if it's damaged. So if you're on the fence about this and you don't want to order it directly from Hourglass, Sephora is getting them. And so that's another option for you guys. And I must go. Don't forget to give this video a like, share, comment down below, subscribe if you're new here, because it is all free. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.